Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Skyrise, your early morning show where we talk all things gaming. I'm your host Skytune, and here's the breakdown for today. We got the pre-Switch 2 Nintendo Direct with a hidden secret revealed, character conundrum, the Twitch top 5, predictions for the Switch 2 Direct including rumored release date and more, Pokepools, what I'm playing, the Legend of Zelda movie announcement, questions from Patreon supporters, and shoutouts. So let's get it. Nintendo decided to give us a 1-day notice about the Nintendo Direct. Not the Switch 2 Direct that we've been anticipating, but just a normal Nintendo Direct. A lot got revealed, and you can check out my reaction if you'd like, but the most important info was about the AAA games. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond got a new trailer showing off planet Vieros, where Samus gets transported to. She'll unlock psychic abilities to complete puzzles during her adventure, and the trailer ends off with a new suit that I don't think we've ever seen before. I do own Metroid Dread and Metroid Prime, but the only game that I've ever played was Metroid Blast back on Nintendo Land from the Wii U, and I'm not even sure if that counts, so I wonder if I should do some sort of like Metroid marathon type of series on Twitch and get caught up before Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Would anyone like to see that? Would anyone be interested in that? The other big game info we got was about Pokemon Legends ZA. In Lumio City, you can catch Pokemon in other places than just the wild zones. Some may even be lurking on top of buildings too. But when the night falls, everything changes. You can participate in the ZA Royale, where the fiercest trainers will be awaiting in battle zones. If you rank up all the way from Z to A, you'll be rewarded by having a wish granted. I think the idea of the whole atmosphere changing is so cool. I'm not a huge fan of the Scarlet and Violet art style, but hopefully the story will be great. And possibly, Nintendo's biggest announcement was Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, coming 2026. I've heard about Tomodachi Life, but never seen anything until now. I'm not gonna lie, I was faked out at first because I thought it was a new Animal Crossing game the first few seconds, but what I saw kinda reminds me of Miitomo or Miitopia, so I might give it a go. If you're a big fan of Tomodachi Life, convince me in the comments why I should play this new entry. The final announcement Nintendo gave was that they're launching an app called Nintendo Today. Basically, just like learning about the regular news daily, but it's your favorite Nintendo franchises instead. There's something I'd like to save for later in this video, but what I'll say for now is that in a promotional image, we have confirmation that the C button on the right Joy-Con is a thing. We still have no idea what it does, but we're gonna find out in a matter of a few days. Whew, that was a lot. Let's take a breather from the news and move on to character conundrum. It's simple. Be the first to guess the character correctly, get a shout out. Last week, for the first time ever, nobody guessed the character, and it was Pit. This week, here's your hints. This character is fluent in 6 languages, has an IQ of 180, and enjoys hiding in cardboard boxes. Doesn't really match. Who could this be? Comment down below and find out next week. Now, before we get back into the Nintendo Direct discussions, let's talk about the Twitch top 5. These are the top 5 clips of the week, chosen by our incredible Patreon community members. Without further ado, coming in at number 5. They're not fighting us though. Okay, wait. This is looking good.
I was just looking for a worthy opponent.
Clip it.
We should weaken them just to be safe.
I'm sorry, guys.
So you're an angel.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
For a tour.
He's only 8 months old and I can sell him for 340 gold. He looks really happy today. Who's a good chicken? Who's a good chicken? Who's gonna be eaten from McDonald's? You are! Yes, you are! I don't know. I'll never know if I should mourn him or hate him. I need to remember to stop talking before I click off of the paper. That's my bad. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, here we go! That was so anticlimactic. If you ever have some free time, come hang out on Twitch. I'm always live every single day, and you can experience these moments in real time. We're always looking for more chatters, so don't be afraid. It's always a good time. Alright, so as I said before, it's insane how these Nintendo Directs are only 6 days apart. Usually we have to wait months and months, but Nintendo's being very strategic coming up to this new console launch. I believe we had that previous Nintendo Direct to get some of the games out of the way, so there's more time to talk about things we really want to know. In the Switch 2 Direct, I predict they'll talk about the hardware capabilities, maybe show off a new game that mainly uses the mouse functionality, the release date, price, and of course, launch titles of future games. The original Switch had 1-2 Switch and ARMS as their way to showcase what the Joy-Con controllers could do, so it only makes sense that the same thing could happen with this new improved Joy-Con. Maybe some sort of point-and-click game? I asked our Patreon community which games they'd love to see featured during the presentation, and this is what they said. Exhaustion wants a new Animal Crossing game, Matthew 2EK wants the name reveal for Mario Kart 9, and Alive is anticipating Splatoon 4. I feel like they'll definitely be talking about Mario Kart 9, but as far as the other two, those games seem like they'd happen in the far future. I believe Nintendo will have Mario Kart 9 as a launch title, Pokemon ZA in November, since the majority of previous Pokemon games have released during that month. Plus, at the end of the most recent trailer, it did say late 2025. And Metroid either in December or possibly even as a launch title alongside Mario Kart 9. I saw that last idea somewhere a long time ago, that Mario Kart could be their fun launch title that's great for the family, and Metroid could be the more serious, single-player, mature title. I mean, I could see it happening, but Nintendo likes to spread out their games, so I'm not positive on that. How are they even gonna decide what a Switch 2 exclusive game is? Would Mario Kart 9 be exclusive? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has been Nintendo's best-selling Switch game for 8 years. And it's literally the same game from the Wii U a decade ago. Like, do they make more money selling the game standalone so players with any type of Switch can enjoy it and then they'll sell more copies? Or do they lock it behind the more expensive console and potentially have less people buy it? I don't know about you, but I'm very, very interested to see where this goes. For the price, I'm betting on $400 US. Think about it. The original Switch was $300. The OLED was $350. And if they eventually want to make a Switch 2 Pro model, then that would be $450. Consider the consumers that don't know that much about gaming, like grandparents, for example. They're gonna go to the store and buy a game console for their grandchildren and know nothing about it. So when they hear that the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X is $500, they'll ask if there's anything less expensive. Oh, well, you know, there's this console that's $100 less, and you can take it on the go. Boom! Sale. Take it from someone who worked in retail for half a decade. I truly, without a doubt, see the Switch 2 being $400. They'll want a slightly less expensive alternative from their competitors. So, to me, it makes perfect sense. Finally, the release date. This one's tricky because it could either be summer, fall, or holiday 2025. I'm gonna immediately rule out holiday because Nintendo will need time to promote it before parents go out and buy their kids a console. One of their promotions is the Switch 2 Experience, where if you got chosen, you can test out the Nintendo Switch 2 before anyone else. According to that new Nintendo Today app that they launched a few days ago, it says that the hands-on event in Seoul, South Korea will be the final one and happen on May 31st. To backtrack a bit, the San Francisco Nintendo store opens May 15th, and I'm sure that a percentage of their products at a normal retail store goes to the retailer themselves, which is why they'd want their second official store to be opened beforehand. So it's pretty obvious we can rule out May. That still leaves June all the way to November. I don't really see Pokemon Legend ZA being a launch title at all in November. But the Switch OLED did launch October 2021, so we can't rule that month out, but something's telling me it'll either be June, July, or August. Maybe even September, since Splatoon 3 launched September 2022, and Nintendo claimed that that was still summertime, which I don't really consider September to be summertime, but maybe that's just me. Let's dive even deeper and just highlight the two biggest summer months when the majority of people are out of school, being June and July. I saw some rumor that said late June, and I personally don't love that prediction. I'll tell you the exact date in a second, but here's why. I'll be out of town for the first time since May 2014, going to my cousin's graduation from college. That'll be from June 26th till July 5th or 6th, sometime right before my birthday on the 8th. I'd like to say I don't see Nintendo making any moves the week of the 4th of July, but that week starts June 30th. The date that's highly rumored is June 26th. Don't get me wrong, I love that date. I have a good friend whose birthday is on that date. But come on! The first time in 11 years that I go anywhere, and the biggest console launch is supposed to happen, I'm really hoping it's not true, but watch it be just my luck. I want to know all of your predictions for the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct down below, and let's see who gets the closest, who gets the most announcements correct. We do have one more huge topic to talk about, but let's pause for a second and head on over to Poke Pools. The first comment I saw said to open a genetic Apex pack, but not which one. So I'm gonna close my eyes and randomly shuffle, and we got the Pikachu pack. Comment which pack we open next week. And here we go. We'll spin it to win it. And stop. Okay, slice that open. We got a Minfu. Definitely not saying that right, but I still don't care. Golduck. Nidoran. Woobat. And Snorlax. Not bad, not bad. The Nidoran and the Snorlax are new. Okay, so now, what have I been playing recently? It's honestly been a lot, and I mean a lot, of Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. I am obsessed. I used to play this game all the time back on the Wii U, and to have it on the Switch after a decade is so cool. Right now, I'm running around doing quests, but pretty soon I should be starting Chapter 5. I'm definitely taking my time, because I'd love to 100% it this playthrough, but the remake is amazing and I'd highly recommend it. Another game I've been working my way through is A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead. It's based on the movie, which I've never seen, but the streams have been more ASMR than horror. I do still have to talk and commentate, you know, being a Twitch streamer and all, but if you talk above a whisper, this big alien will come out of nowhere and attack you. It's not like any horror game I've ever played, but what an experience it's turning out to be. Right now, I'm still stuck in the sewer area, but I should be able to get past it soon. More updates to come on both of those games, but we have to go over what was announced on the Nintendo Today app. It's official. The live-action Zelda movie will be in theaters on March 26th, 2027. I don't know what to think of this, since I preferred the Mario movie being animated, as well as the upcoming Mario movie 2 on April 3rd, 2026, staying in the animated format. Miyamoto-san will be working on the movie, so not all hope is lost, since he also worked on the Mario movie, and that was obviously a hit. But a live-action film with a character who's mute? I'm not sure how that's gonna work. Nintendo hasn't been disappointing lately, so let's judge whenever there's an actual trailer first. Moving on to questions from our Patreon supporters. We have a question this week from Sir Squiddy the 8th, who asks, since the new Tomodachi Life was announced, do you think you'll take a look at playing the original? I don't know. I would love to, but I'm not sure how to emulate. I've never done it before. I'll have to check it out and see if it's something that I'd even be interested in, but no promises, since my backlog going into a new console generation is not the greatest. Thank you for your question, Sir Squiddy, and if anyone else has a burning question that they'd like to ask, feel free to send them in. Before this episode comes to a close, let's shout out our solar superstars. These individuals help out in more ways than one, and I can't thank them enough for all they do with this weekly series. Shout out to Ollie, Sir Squiddy the 8th, and Hi I Am Alive. Of course, we can't forget about our elevated hero, the one and only Meep. I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. The format was a little bit different, but I'm trying to switch things up before the Switch 2. If you enjoyed episode 12 of the Skyrise, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and check out the Patreon for a ton of awesome benefits. It's a great way to show your support even further, and to keep this series going. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for the big Nintendo Switch 2 Skyrise. We're finally here. We finally made it. Just a little bit longer. See you next week.